Hello, Bears fans. I'm Scott Stuccio, and welcome to In the Den, presented by Travel Champs. The final weekend of the American Hockey League's regular season is upon us, and for only the second and third times this month, Hershey returns here to Giants Center in an attempt to move on to the postseason as East Division champions. But there's still a lot of work to be done. 28 weeks have passed, more than half of a calendar year, since the Bears faced off at Norfolk Scope on October 11th. Troy Mann, Brian Helmer, and Ryan Murphy had to wait until their second game to record their first wins as our new coaches. And since that time, memories have been made during 2014-15. Who can forget how the Bears dominated our arch rivals on home ice this year? From the home opener on October 25th, when the Bears cruised 4-1, to Mike Moore's exciting overtime winner back on February 7th that gave the Bears their fifth win out of 6 at Giants Center against the Penguins. Great battles indeed. How about the goalie fight between Phoenix Copley and Bridgeport's Kevin Poulin on February 21st, a game that resulted in the most combined penalty minutes in any match this season? And the way the Bears literally fought for a 4-3 win in that one. The Bears racked up win after win in February, coming up one game short of an undefeated month in regulation. Philip Grubauer went 7-1 during that month, one in which many felt he deserved a monthly honor for his efforts. He carried that into a March 1st shutout of the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, rolled through a bit of a skid later in the month, and then finished strong to help his team power past the league-leading Manchester Monarchs and head into April on a winning note. The Bears are finished with their out-of-division opponents for the season, but they are not finished playing teams already eliminated from the Calder Cup playoffs. Like the St. John's Ice Caps and the Norfolk Admirals, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms won their first of 2 games this week against Hershey, thus halting the Bears' run at that East Division crown. The Binghamton Senators come in here on Friday. They're finished for the year, and the Phantoms are back here on Saturday. All that means is the Bears have their work cut out for them. They're going to have to work for every inch of this ice to enter the playoffs as East Division champions. After playing them 5 times in less than 7 weeks, the Bears and Senators have not met in over a month. Back on March 13th, the Bears finished up the road portion of the series by inching past the Sens 2-1. Chris Brown and Casey Wellman scored goals just 2 minutes and 43 seconds apart in the opening period, giving Phoenix Copley a 2-0 lead to work with. That score held until Brad Mills batted a rebound behind Copley at 5:28 of the third, spoiling his shutout. But Copley and the Bears defense played a strong game, holding the high-shooting Sens to just 22 shots in their own arena and taking their 5th win out of 7 tries. The Bears and Sens have not met at Giants Center since January 24th. Trailing 1-0 in the second, Chris Connor and former Sens forward Jim O'Brien put Hershey in front. Carter Camper tied the game just 37 seconds later and set the stage for a goaltending duel between Grubauer and Peter Menino in the third. The game would go to overtime, and Connor Carrick made sure it didn't go far. He scored just 54 seconds into extra time, giving the Bears a 3-2 win. Hershey enters Friday's game with a record of 5-1-1 against the Sens and 2-0-1 here at home. Binghamton is led in scoring by left winger Shane Prince, whose 35 assists are tied for second on the team, but whose 61 points in 69 games is the danger. Next in line, however, is the man who recently garnered the Eddie Shore Award as league's top defenseman, Chris Weidman. Despite his 17 goals and 40 assists this year, the Bears have done an outstanding job shutting him down, allowing just 2 assists over his 7 games played. He is deadly on the power play, though, and Hershey will need to play their physical game against him once more. The Bears and Senators meet at 7 o'clock at the Den this Friday, April 17th. It's a Dietz & Watson Dollar Dog Night, and the first 3,000 also get a Bears logo golf ball courtesy of Fairview Golf Course. Airtime is $6.20 on the entire radio network, but tickets are available, and we need our 7th man to get behind this squad. The Bears will try to chip 2 more points off that magic number of 4 needed to clinch the East Division and ensure home ice advantage through at least the first 2 rounds of the postseason. A win will guarantee that the Bears stay in the driver's seat to claim the division, but the road will still be difficult as Rob Zepp and the Lehigh Valley Phantoms come to town for the Bears' final game of 2014-15 on Saturday. All fans will receive a scratch-off ticket containing a prize for our Fan Appreciation Night, and come early because we'll hand out our yearly player awards in a pregame ceremony. Bears fans, you are also rooting for the Albany Devils on Friday and the Norfolk Admirals on Saturday. Why? They are the opponents of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Any loss by the Penguins also will reduce the Bears' magic number to clinch this East Division and head into the Calder Cup playoffs on a winning note and as regular season champions of the Beasts of the East. That will do it for In the Den, presented by Travel Champs. I'm Scott Stuccio. Thanks so much for watching here on HersheyBears.com. And all regular season, keep doing so. We'll have series previews here as time passes. And we'll see you here this weekend to defend the Den.